We're on video number 4 of our X-Men Chard Build-A-Figure Wave Marvel Legends series unboxing with Starjammer and Fang on Way I Got It Figured.
The way I got it figured.
What's up, action figure fans? Way I Got It Figured back with another Marvel Legends review. This time wrapping up the last 2 figures in the Chard Build-A-Figure Wave. This time we've got Starjammer Corsair and Marvel's Fang. Both of these characters have very little representation. I believe Corsair got a figure at some point in the past. I don't think Fang ever did. Fang being a member of the Shi'ar Imperial Guard. The only character I'm aware of to get a figure from the Imperial Guard is, of course, Gladiator, who has a life outside of the Imperial Guard. So as normal, we're going to go through both of the boxes and both of the figures, get some impressions on them, maybe do a little posing and get the final thoughts. And then after that, we'll be on to the Build-A-Figure video for Chard, as well as ranking video for all the characters in the wave, including Chard. So starting things off, this time we'll go with Fang first. Let's take a look at his package. So Fang, again, a member of the Shi'ar Imperial Guard, is a kind of a frenemy to the X-Men, frenemy perhaps even to the Starjammers, just as likely to work with them as to be sent to hunt them down. And I really like this guy. I actually kind of want one for myself, which I guess I should remind everybody that I got all these figures to review from my buddy Grey Wolf, who is a long-time supporter of the channel and loaned me these to review for him. So there's some nice artwork of Fang. There's this cross cell. He comes with the head of Chard and his little pet. Then on the back, you got a nice pose for Fang. And he comes with 2 fisted hands, in addition to his clawed hands, which are, of course, on him when you open him in the package. X-Men on the top, X-Men right there, and you're good to go. So this version, this character, Fang, gives me vibes of the old classic Sabretooth. He always did. I'm pretty sure the design of Sabretooth and him, you know, I don't want to say have a lot in common, but, you know, it's almost like his design was like an unused design for Sabretooth. But, you know, he's a long-time character, Dave Cockrum drawn character back in the day when Chris Claremont was just starting out on Uncanny X-Men. And he appears to be on some kind of it's like he's on the Vulcan body. No, he's not on the Vulcan body. I'm sorry, because he doesn't have you know, his shoulders are not articulated. He just has arms. He's probably on the same body as the Sabretooth they brought out last year that I reviewed on the channel. He is pinless though, which is kind of what made me think he might be on the Vulcan body, but that's obviously not the case. But he is pinless here and pinless here. And he has a pretty cool abdomen crunch. I'm pretty sure this guy's on the same body as Sabretooth. Probably should have pulled him out. Goes back to about there. And there you go. And Fang is of, I don't want to say ill-defined powers. His powers are defined, but he's sort of like a poor man's version of Timberwolf from the Legion of Superheroes. And by that I mean, like, Timberwolf is, you know, he's got wolf-like powers, but he also has like superhuman strength and stuff. I don't think Fang quite has superhuman strength or anything. He just has kind of lupine abilities. He can smell good, he can hear good, he can see good, and he's kind of feral. I think that's what he does. He's not as powerful as Timberwolf, even though he's ripping Timberwolf off. So we've got, of course, the standard Marvel Legends articulation besides just the ab crunch, but I did want to show that because it's a pretty good ab crunch. The portrait is very nice. I'm pretty sure this is Paul Harding again. And all of these bone things that are on his costume are actually pieces that are separate, even if they're not directly removable. They're all kind of like pieces that are sitting on him. They're not a part of the sculpt. They are kind of glued on in certain places. So like the belt's glued on the back. This is glued on in the back. I don't think it's really hurting anything. The things on his arms and his legs are not glued on. They kind of float a little bit if you knock them out of place. But yeah, there you go. That's Timberwolf. Fang. And moving on to Corsair, aka Christopher Summers, aka Scott's daddy. They seem to be slowly trying to bring out the entire Summers family. Last year, Havoc got made. I also reviewed him on the channel. So here's Corsair's box. Some Corsair art right there. Corsair art right here. Looks like it's looks familiar. I'm not sure. I've seen this artwork before. It comes with the right arm of Chad, which is kind of funny because Chad is sort of like his right-hand man. Got some extra fists. Got a sword. And, of course, X-Men. There you go. Now, Corsair is on the Vulcan body, which also is sort of apropos since Vulcan is his son, as well as Cyclops and Havoc. And you know, I didn't get that Vulcan figure when it came out, and I probably should have. I chose to wait for Black Panther to come out because I knew he was going to be on the Vulcan body. And so, I waited. But now knowing, you know, I mean, I guess if I was more of an X-Men collector, I would have gotten him. I did get Havoc and Corsair. And if I can find a Corsair, maybe I'll get him. My reason for not kind of wanting him is because it's like almost like tacitly admitting that I would buy all the rest of the Starjammers if they came out. And I like the Starjammers. It's not like I don't like them, but I also don't necessarily want to like invest all that money into, you know, Marvel Legends figures that aren't sort of like my main thrust of collecting. So look at that Corsair. It's got a nice portrait as well. He definitely looks like a kind of 70s disco type of dude with his little mustache, mutton chop type mustache and sideburns. And like I said, he is on the Vulcan body, so he does have the shoulder articulation. Oh, I was gonna say how well he can hold his pistol, which he can hold it well. The usual wrist rotation, pretty good ab crunch, almost unrealistic ability to go back. The leg goes back to about there. And it's, you know, the standard Marvel Legends articulation. I don't want to like go over every single articulated joint. It's not like we don't know what that is, right? So there's that. He looks really good. I mean, he looks better perhaps than I thought. So like where I thought Emma looked really good, but then kind of let me down, he's like sort of like lifted me up in a sense. I think that I probably should have got this guy. Cyclops is dead. Not much to tell. He's, you know, he doesn't have any superpowers. He just has the gun and the sword, and he's a pirate out in Shi'ar space, which I believe is another galaxy. Now, one thing I wanted to do, I'd be remiss if I didn't, is to swap heads with Fang, with Wolverine. He's probably too tall, but you know, but it doesn't look bad. So Wolverine once wore Fang's costume when John Byrne was drawing Uncanny X-Men along with Chris Claremont on writing duties, and they were in the Shi'ar galaxy, and of course Wolverine ended up wearing Fang's outfit for some reason that I can't remember right now. But, you know, definitely wanted to give you the full skinny on that and how it looks. His head might be a little small because Wolverine's kind of a short dude, but, you know, just to stand it on a shelf, it would certainly pass. And it does fit, as you can see. Let's get his head back on and move on to final thoughts. All right, final thoughts on Chad Build-A-Figure Wave, Star Jammer, Corsair, and Marvel's Fang. So I really like both of these guys. I like these figures a lot, more than I thought I would. Fang, I probably would say I wish that he was on the Vulcan body, because he is kind of an agile type of character. He should probably be able to, you know, get the upgraded shoulder joints. But you know, of course, not everybody can get those. They gave them to Cyclops, and I do think that was a good choice. So if we can't get everybody in the wave with it, then, you know, this is good for what you're getting. I could lay this complaint at the feet of the entire wave, which is they're all just kind of plain Jane. I know a lot of people think that we're not getting, you know, we're getting less with our Marvel Legends now and not more. But, you know, when I look over the figures and the figures that I don't have in my collection, and you know, it doesn't really seem like you're really getting less. They usually come with an extra pair of hands and maybe some kind of accessory. It's not, I don't know. I don't see it as being like so totally less than what we're used to getting, that we're definitely getting like gypped. But it is a little bit less, you know. And even if it's not less, we're paying more for the same thing. So I kind of get it. But both of these guys are pretty cool. Corsair, I really like Corsair. Maybe it's the colors that do it. I don't know what's going on, but, you know, but I like them. So, where I got a figure rank, I'm going to give Corsair a 9, and I'm going to give Fang an 8. So, you know, when I give a rank in these videos, it's not necessarily, it has nothing to do with how I'm going to rank them in the ranking video. This is just them kind of individually. So I'm going to go over in the next video each figure in the wave, sort of, you know, have them all sort of standing out here. And we'll say, you know, 1 through 8. Because Chad will be in the video as well. So that's going to do it for this video. Once again, I don't know, this might be somebody's first time watching my channel, so please, if you haven't, consider subscribing to the channel. We got a lot more Marvel Legends coming, and all kinds of figures of other types. And you know, we want to do the best videos we can, give you a reason to come back. If you have been watching, you know, hope you continue to enjoy the videos. I want to thank once again Grey Wolf for giving me the opportunity to review these guys that I didn't plan on buying. It's kind of eye-opening for me. Some of them are definitely better than I would have given them credit for. And some of them are not as good as I would have given them credit for. So, you know, it's a mixed bag. That's kind of how it always is. But I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.
The way I got it figured.